Scientists have uncovered the world's largest snake. A study published in Thursday's edition of the science journal Nature reveals the discovery in Colombia. Measuring about 45 feet long and weighing more than a ton, the so-called Titanoboa would have been longer than a bus. The remains have led experts to believe the Titanoboa was a boa-like snake that lived about 60 million years ago during the Paleocene epoch, a 6 million year period following the extinction of the dinosaurs. The partial remains were found in an open-air coal mine in the northern Colombian state of La Guajira. Following the discovery, the fossils, specifically the vertebrae, were sent to the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute in Panama and later to the Florida Natural Science Museum in Gainesville for study. Scientists also believe the discovery sheds light on climate conditions in the area at the time when the snake lived.
The size in which they can grow is limited by the mean annual temperature, so by the temperature at which they live. So if you increase the temperature that they live in throughout the year, then you can increase the size of the snake.
Based on the snake's size, the team was able to calculate that the mean annual temperature at equatorial South America 60 million years ago would have been about 91 degrees Fahrenheit, about 10 degrees warmer than today. Aside from its size, Titanoboa's discovery may also offer significant clues as to how the Earth could look as it continues to warm.
The Earth's largest snake on record is on display at the IU Bloomington Geology Building.
What's left of the 60-million-year-old snake is its vertebrae. On display is actually a cast of the constrictor from Colombia, and at first it's not that impressive.
This is a single vertebra of a python, and a python and many snakes of that sort would have about 275 to 300 of these. So this is a snake that's about this big around, plus some muscles on the back, which would make it a snake about this thick. This is a vertebra from a Titanoboa. Same sort of structure, and if you look, you can see they're almost identical.
A snake the size of a bus, measuring about 43 feet, weighing 2,500 pounds.
Dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago, so it's living just a few million years after the dinosaurs, and probably the dinosaurs having gone extinct, this may have been the largest land vertebrate on Earth at the time.
An exciting find for graduate students who are working on various aspects of snake biology.
Oh, it includes everything.
I was very excited when I heard that we were getting the cast of Titanoboa because I also study geometric morphometrics. Having this cast will allow us to photograph it and do a morphological analysis on it ourselves and not have to rely on pictures from publications.
Learning more about how the size of the snake correlates to the environment at that time.
We actually use the size of this thing as sort of a snake paleothermometer to estimate what the temperature would have been 55 million years ago in Colombia.
The snake these fossils came from could have grown to be 46 feet long and weigh well over a ton. Paleontologists believe the Titanoboa lived 60 million years ago. The remains of this one were found in Colombia.
The way the bones look indicate that it was an animal very closely related to living boids, specifically within boid snakes, most closely related to boa constrictor.
That was Dr. Jonathan Block from the University of Florida. He believes the discovery can also shed light on what the climate was like at the time the snake lived.
The size in which they can grow is limited by the mean annual temperature, so by the temperature at which they live. So if you increase the temperature that they live in throughout the year, then you can increase the size of the snake.
The Titanoboa lived in the 10 million year period following the extinction of the dinosaurs. Its discovery indicates that the foundations for an Amazonian tropical ecosystem were already in place.